give me some. I need also. If you have some, also give me. Huh? I also need it. If it is there, please give me. Because the demand that we are facing is too much. We are here for burials, school fees, boreholes repair, many things. The constituencies on our burden. The government is not doing much. People are looking at members of parliament instead of concentrating, going to whatever supposed to do. They are not doing a lot. People look at MPs as if they are the burden carrier. So if there is any facilitation, especially if it is lawfully, I do support. But if it is not lawfully, that is when the question is going to be somebody. And for that matter, I hear you people talk a lot about this thing. I also want it. If it is there, give me. If it is not there, please.
What do you know about this Rwangate? The anxiety has been too much. People have been waiting for so long.
That is a slogan that I don't know where it came from. In my language, the name Lubangatie means there is God. Because Lubangatie is a Luo language. The Luo language, when they say Lubangatie, that means there is God. So in other words, they're saying, have hope. There's hope that anything's good is going to be your way. Whether you are sick, please have the hope. Whether there is no school fees, have the hope. Where somebody is pressuring you, have the hope. Because of that hope, we always say, there is God, there is Lubangatie.
How bad do you need this bailout?
There is nothing like bailout. Because if you are saying that somebody should bail you out, that means either you're in a ditch, you're in a prison, wherever. But one thing I know is, when you talk about bailout, then personally, I don't think if I'm in a very bad situation where somebody needs to walk me out. No.
But what are you hearing around? Because what have you heard around? Because we have had to think of this.
I've just come back, so I don't know anything. Until maybe after some time when I get to know, then I will have a position to say anything.
So attitude is the house. Will you try to...
I'm going to be in the house. As usual, I will follow the order paper, and we debate the matter of the nation.
But this is good to inquire from...
It can be handled administratively. It doesn't need to be in the public. Thank you very much.
You used to be frank about TV.
In the companies, there's what we call motivation. It's normally intrinsic or extrinsic. Extrinsic is normally a financial reward. Intrinsic is normally either you give somebody a certificate or just patting somebody at the back in appreciation of what somebody has done. So if anything happens in that parameters, I think it's very important. But what I want to urge Ugandans is that we are family and we should have a spirit of nationalism. For example, I've seen people, some of them can actually invest and make a lot of profit. We should not actually stampede and make a lot of commotion. Some of them can actually, maybe somebody has gone for a lottery and has won 500 million. What I want to mention is that I think there is a value we attach to certain things. And of course, I want to urge members that we continue actually with our spirit of helping our people, our constituents, and working together. But the key thing is that we want to ensure that we develop their capacities. Because under the current NDP4, we are talking of issues of agro-processing, industrialization, ICT and digitalization, and then tourism. Tourism doesn't mean it's a government domain only, but even as nationals, they can develop attractions, hotels, and a number of things. Such investment, because that's how we are going to grow the economy and ensure that at least we transit. Because currently, we're under the low middle income status. What that means is that at least somebody can afford $1.50 a day. How many people are in that category? Because if we go in fighting amongst ourselves, we may not actually transform our society and grow the economy. No, you shouldn't really be aggrieved. You shouldn't be aggrieved, but I think we support one another and ensure that at least we continue supporting government program in Tanzania. It's called Ujama. Ujama ni umoja. That's actually the Swahili language. So let's be actually the same. Let's be together and continue working. Where, for example, if an MP has maybe rewarded this community. I can see some of them buying ambulances. They are mourning every day. They are maybe trying to put people in cooperatives and all those programs. Those are actually there. And they are inherently very expensive ventures. And I want to say that members of parliament are not the richest people per se, but of course some of them have good hearts that actually want to help the people and transform society. So let's move as such, and then we can continue as one entity, nationalists, and then we move together.
Yeah, yeah, thank you. You know, Ugandans are very funny. You know, when I was in the village, I started hearing the news yesterday. So I arrived in Kampala at midnight. Now I've just arrived in Parliament. I don't know anything, and I've never received any money. So I'm now trying to search and follow and see where the money is. But in reality, I've never seen any money. I'm just hearing like rumors that money is being given from somewhere. So I don't know who exactly is giving the money. And you know, one funny thing, people like spending much time on rumors, on baseless allegations. Instead of work, instead of concentrating, we just waste a lot of time on certain things. So personally, I've never received any money. And I've just arrived in Kampala.
How about your colleagues of NRM? We are hearing that there has been a reward that is going to them of 100 million. Your colleagues of NRM?
You know, I belong to the opposition. In fact, I know nothing concerning anyone receiving money from the NRM. You know, I belong to the opposition. I am in FDC. I've just arrived in Kampala now. In fact, I've never had and I've never seen any money being given to members of parliament. I'm reading from social media that money is being given to members of parliament in the tune of 100 million. I'm just reading from social media, so I don't know the authenticity of the information.
Have none of them started calling you?
No, I've never received any call.
You don't have debts?
No, I've not borrowed from anyone. so I don't have anything.
So are you going to try to find out about this money?
I've just arrived in Parliament from the village. So now I'm trying to ask my colleagues whether money is being given. That's why when I saw him here, Honorable Karim, I really wanted to ask him the status of the thing.
Have you been checking your balance on your phone?
My friend, I'm telling you, I started checking on my account from Parliament this morning. There's nothing. In fact, I'm checking from my bank.
Mobile money.
Pardon?
Mobile money.
You know, how can they send that money on mobile money? In case it's being given, but truly there's nothing. There's nothing on my account. In fact, we are just suffering now, and more so they have taken long without paying us. You know, at the beginning of the quarter, normally they take long. Yeah, so I've just arrived in Parliament. I've never seen any money. I've never received any money, and I don't know what is going on.
When you're consulting with the budget committee.
You're right, Honorable Speaker. As the head of this institution, when its name is in the media, in that regard, I expected that as the head and the chair of the session today, the first since these rumors came up, you will be up to explain what has happened. So may I beg you, Right Honorable Speaker, with the due respect, that the country demands an explanation from the head of this institution of what is going on in regard to the 100 million allegation that is a gift to these members of parliament. I beg your indulgence.
Thank you. So, no one on the floor, Honorable Anifa. Order applies when there is someone on the floor. Can I have order in the House? Yes. Number one, Honorable colleagues, as the leadership of the House, we are responsible for what is budgeted and appropriated and only expenditures done by Parliament. That's number one. Number two, honorable colleagues, I will not sit here and I start legitimizing street talk. Because I'm a member of parliament. Listen, I'm a member of parliament. I have not received any coin. Neither have I received a call from anyone who has my money. If you know you have my money, please bring it. Yeah, someone might be eating on my behalf somewhere. Number three, honorable colleagues. Number three, honorable colleagues. Number three, honorable colleagues. Please, if you go and you have your dealings somewhere, please don't involve the house here. Because we approved the budget, we approved all expenditure of government. We never approved any item here called a donation from the president to members of parliament. We never approved anything like that. And finally, honorable colleagues, and I saw those statements. Some were saying coffee bill, some were saying UPDF. Please, there is a way we protect each other. If you think for you will come out of this institution smarter and cleaner than the rest, and you marine all other people in this house. Honorable colleagues, the moment you put your colleagues in the mud, that mud will also go on you. I request you, if there is any matter of that kind, what I would expect, you can write to the head of the institution that I have heard about ABCD. Okay? Please, I want you to interest yourself in the matter and investigate. And then therefore I would come to a responsible committee. We look for a way of investigating the matter. But I have seen in the papers the institution being soiled, members being soiled, some coming up and saying I haven't received, others I've received. Oh no, honorable colleagues, it's very unfortunate. Government Chief Whip, have you given any money? Yes. Because I saw you being put in the papers.